Hi, I'm Fiona Galbraith. I'm the director of RuRALink, which works with ex-forces people and those resettling from the military to help them start their new career in the land-based sector. So we're very pleased to be partnering with FarmEd today here on their wonderful farm in Oxfordshire. We're working with a group of ex-forces to help them develop their plans, specifically focusing on regenerative agriculture and small holdings. We're about to go for a walk around the farm and really get our hands dirty, look at the soil, look at what makes the farm unique, and help people then when they come back in to develop their own business plans and ideas, and hopefully grow some veteran farmers right here, right now today. So here today at FarmEd we've got a small group of people from the forces. We've got a range of ranks and backgrounds and services, and people are at different stages. We've got a young man here who's been developing his career for the last couple of years since he left the forces, and we've got people who have done 20 plus years in the forces who are getting ready to leave and really at the explorer stage of working out what they want to do. We've got a couple of couples here serving people and their spouses who are thinking together about potentially setting up a small holding in a rural location somewhere in the country, and they're just looking at the feasibility of how they might do that, what the factors are, and whether it works for them as a family. So it's a real mix of people, all at different stages in the resettlement journey, and all looking to be inspired and find information both from RuRALink and the experts at FarmEd.
My name is Guy Austin. I'm an honorary group captain in 601 Squadron, Royal Auxiliary Air Force. I'm here today to sign the Armed Forces Covenant on behalf of Defence with FarmEd, a local business here in Oxfordshire that specialises in regenerative agriculture in the countryside. The Armed Forces Covenant is a commitment by the nation to support the armed forces of the United Kingdom. And when we talk about the nation, we talk about organisations, whether it be charities, businesses or local communities. The commitment is to support the armed forces family, and that can be in any number of ways, whether it's giving career opportunities to service leavers, or whether it's to support reservists, or it could even be supporting cadets or cadet leaders.
So my name's Meredith. I left the army about 3 years ago now, and I've been through a transition with studying at the Royal Agricultural University, and where I met Fiona, and I've followed RuRALink closely since it started. Really here to keep up the networking, keep looking at the horizon, what opportunities might be out there, and to keep in touch with people who are transitioning from the military. I mean, when I came out of the military a couple of years ago, there wasn't much in the way of help and advice for getting out of the military and into the rural sector. So I think it's great to see more things like RuRALink and FarmEd that are willing to help. I think the sector needs physically and mentally robust people who love to be in the outdoors. Not everybody wants to go and work in an office job. And a lot of the more conventional routes out of the military go into more sort of corporate office jobs, and not everybody wants that.
My name is Brodie Watson. I'm currently a captain in the British Army. I am serving at Sandhurst as a platoon commander and have served for 10 years.
My name is Daisy. I'm Brodie's wife, and I'm a writer, and I have a lot of other skills in sort of digital services and online media.
So I guess this is the first sort of stepping stone in our journey towards a career in the sort of land-based sector. Farming has been part of my family through my father's work and through historically family farms, and I think I've got to a stage in my career now where I want something more, and hanging on for a pension isn't what I want to do. Want to be in the army any longer. So it's our research and development phase for the future.
It's been a really fantastic day so far. We've learned a lot about our potential options, where we can go in terms of next steps from here, and working out a plan and goals and things like that.
The best thing is that it's nice to see there's other like-minded people there and people to share experiences with, which we wouldn't normally get. I guess resettlement can be quite a singular process, but knowing that there are other people out there that we can chat to is pretty good. So the romantic in me would we would farm together, hopefully it would be a combination of maybe tourism, farming. We'd like to run a wedding venue, having just got married recently and knowing how expensive it is, we'd like to make that a bit more accessible. But yeah, I think that's the loose plan until Daisy tells me how it is actually going to work.
Good afternoon, my name's Shearin and I have a consultancy called After the Military, working with armed forces leavers and veterans, military spouses, partners and loved ones to help anybody in the armed forces community find new jobs, embark on new careers, get involved with coaching and training, CV writing, planning and all that kind of thing. Events like today are really important because people, when they make a change of career, and in particular when it's a military career into a civilian career, people really need to know what that industry sector is all about. So this is why something like this is so important, because there are people here from the armed forces and others who want to find out how to get into farming and how to get into other related industry around farming. So this is a great opportunity to come and see it for real and to learn about it and to hopefully get into the industry when the time is right.
So what I find when I talk to rural employers is they're looking for people who are reliable, who are robust, who are presentable, who turn up, who are able to adapt, make decisions, can do a bit of project management without becoming too involved in the theory of it, but adapt and make decisions. And these are all great skills that military people have got. Military people are some of the best trained people. They've had £60,000 goes into training someone in their basic training, and then they're trained for every single job as they move every 2 years in their career. They're very able to move into a new career. All they need is a little bit of help to find that first opportunity. Military people will make great farmers and find their place in the land-based sector. So if you're interested in agriculture or the wider land-based sector, come and speak to Farm Ed, or if you're interested and you're a veteran or you're resettling military, come and speak to RuRALink. You can find both organisations online. RuRALink specialises in working with you to develop your pathway into the rural sector, and we'd be delighted to host you at one of our future events.